Hey drummers, Garey Williams is back for another reaction and analysis video. This time we're going to check out the one and only Louie Bellson. This is a nice performance from some years ago on a TV program. It has a nice solo, so let's check it out. Louie Bellson. Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. Okay, some really nice stuff going on there. Kind of a little straight feel, and then they go into the ding 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 ding, almost like a Mozambique thing he does on the bell pattern there. Then ding 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 ding, going to his swing stuff, and then right there when you saw I pause on the video, right before I paused it, he was doing some nice stuff between the cymbals, and you notice the cymbals were more angled. Jazz drummers, jazz music is cymbal-driven music, unlike rock and roll, which is more kick and snare and more oriented toward the drums. Cymbals are still there, of course, but it's really more powerful on the drums. Where in this, you don't hear the bass drum real heavy all the time. You hear the ride cymbal going, of course, the Latin bell pattern, always something going on the hi-hat. Because the backbeat, before it was on a 2 and 4 snare drum hit, was done with the hi-hat. Because the jazz drum set was born through jazz, progressed into more what was used in rock and roll. So we're going to be checking him out here some more, but he was playing not so heavy on the cymbals. They're not all flat. He's not always crashing. He's actually kind of playing more with tips, some light punctuations because it's not super heavy yet. Really nice little front. See how them all have the LB for Louie Bellson? This was his big band. It's very traditional, have that nice marine pearl finish, classic of the old Gene Krupa era. I should mention that Louie Bellson's kind of came onto the scene when Gene Krupa held a national drum set competition and Louie Bellson was the winner. So that's how interesting that is. And there was a shot earlier there where you could see that little rivet in the left cymbal, because a lot of jazz drummers like more of a legato sustaining sound to go with that long sounding acoustic bass. And so a little bit of rivet adds a nice little tonal wash. Little 6/8. Alto solo. Background. Okay, those are like threes. Double stops with the hands moving around. A lot of stuff's going to be probably hand-oriented in his generation. Some stuff with the feet, but the classic drummers were all like the Chicagoan drummers. Really great technique. Lots of rudimental skill sets. Oh! Okay, that was like 1 up, 2 down. Really nicely executed. He's the first drummer to play double bass. Historically speaking, I think Louie Bellson was the first drummer to put up 2 bass drums. And of course, it's developed quite a long way since his day, but we can thank him for that introduction. But that was very cleanly executed. Notice how sweet the bass drums sound. Really traditional, old school, very resonant, big band sounding drums, 24-inch bass drums, 16 and 18-inch floor toms, a 13 rack, probably a 5, 5.5, 14 snare drum, and generally speaking, larger cymbals. There's a china over there underneath the ride that's on a stand that has 2 cymbals on it, a crash on top with the china on the bottom. So you can see the rototom set up off to the side there. But he has those bass drum tunes very beautifully to the same. So when you play that pattern, it's really cleanly executed. Okay, that's right, left, left, right, left, left. So can't do it as fast because he's using rebound. little triple thing back and forth between the cymbals. Really nice stuff. And a lot of stuff is more the tempo, so kind of swungish little eighth notes and some triplet stuff, but a lot of right hand accent leads, some mixed up stuff, some great stuff, and the faster singles and mixed rudiments. Okay, so there's like paradiddle diddle. So you go, so you can go right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. It's another form of a 6-stroke roll, almost like a left-hand lead inverted, but paradiddle diddles and 6-stroke rolls are the same kind of rudiment. They're just orchestrated differently, but he's doing some of those kind of patterns between the cymbals. There we go. Okay, now right there is just bada 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 bada, and he's so his right hand's hitting a cymbal, left hand's on the snare, and they're just mirroring the feet, just on the cymbal and snare. I just love how those big band drums. Buddy Rich would always start tunes like. You'd actually just get time going on hi-hat, and it's like 1, 2, and then we count to the band, and he's doing the same thing, but he's doing a 4-bar thing, and this was something that Louie did a lot. I think those are like 6 strokes. Definitely. Like 6 strokes. See how the right hand's leading? This back crash. 6 strokes again. Double bass, tracking, hands and feet. Oh, God, Louie, baby. Oh, that guy is such an amazing drummer and actually an amazing human being. I really had the great opportunity to meet him and work with him. My senior year in high school, I entered a Percussive Arts Society Washington State drum set competition. There was a middle school level, high school level, and a college level. And I was fortunate enough to actually win that. And Louie Bellson was the one that selected me to be one of the 3 finalists, and then I actually received the honors of being the winner. And then in the evening concert, we all had to do our solos, which was frightening, as you can imagine, with Louie there. But then at the end, he played with the big band, and then on this piece, he called us all up. And there's the middle school drummer over here, me in the middle, and then the college level guy, and then Louie was up on the stage on a big riser, playing with the college jazz band. And so we did this thing where when we got to the end of it, he said, I'm going to do a buzz roll. And then you do a buzz roll with an accent. We'll make the accents closer and closer until it started to be this cacophony of 4 drummers soloing. It was just so cool. Anyways, that guy is such an amazing player, a wonderful human being. He produced the double bass that most of us now know is pretty commonplace. And just some great facility. His touch is so great, so musical. He was one of my favorite big band drummers in high school. He's the guy I started really checking out on the Explosion album. And I actually bought a drum set, a Sling-a-Lin drum set, and they manufactured a cymbal stand for me just the way they did for him. And it was really his kit, except I didn't have 2 bass drums. I just used 1 bass drum, but I had the 24-inch kick, the 13 racks, 16 and 18 floors, and that was my first big band kind of professional level drum set, was the Sling-a-Lin kit. And that was many drum sets ago, but great sounding drums, great tuning, great sounding band. I just love the big band stuff. And of course you can hear by his playing where a lot of these rock drummers were really inspired by these great big band drummers. Their technique and their facility was just amazing. And certainly they could handle all kinds of tempos and different styles of music as well. So I hope you enjoyed listening to Louie Bellson as much as I did, because I could always hear this guy. I just love his playing. One of the great big band drummers, and we're very grateful for his contribution to the drumming world. So if you liked the video, give me a likes, please, thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you want any instruction, because I can help you understand how to play a lot of these things that I'm talking about in all these reaction and especially my analysis videos. So until then, I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, and we'll talk then. Bye-bye.